we have this, it's the Theraphi. This device is really nice if I feel drained. This is my go-to to recharge. And actually when I over-donated blood because I was buying into this religion of iron overload, I was really tired after my second blood donation. Like immediately after, when I got home, I just felt like vampire had, sucked my essence away. So I laid on this and actually fell asleep. So if you're really tired, you can lay down on this massage table and recharge. So what this is, this was invented with Dan Winter and Paul Harris, their knowledge combined, and they created this really unique technology which uses plasma, high voltage plasma that's safe to expose yourself to. And essentially this is the brains of the operation, this control unit, but it runs it through this coil. And so when you're laying on the massage table, you're right below this big copper coil, and this is kind of amplifying it and sending it up these wires where while it's turned on, if you touch those, it'll actually shock you, and if you hold a paper there, it'll actually start a fire. So this is not the safest setup. I mean, you really have to be careful if you have children, if you have pets. We have cats, so whenever I use this, I'm always listening for if they start fighting around this or if they run it around. Ideally, you have this in an enclosed room, or you're just really aware if everyone's sleeping and it's safe to use. The good news is the session is only 12 minutes generally, so these can overheat. So they recommend you turn it on. I'll just do a little demo, and you could point at that and watch, and don't get too close because it might fry the equipment. But yeah, so and that'll emit an energy that you can't see with your naked eye, but if we get this UV light, it goes out to about here. So we're talking about wireless transmission of energy, and yeah, the closer you get, you can see the brighter it gets. And then on this side, so essentially what you do is, your head or your feet here, or vice versa. Let's just say hypothetically feet here, which is what I do. And I could actually just show you. So on here, set a timer, 12 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And you just go like this. And now I'm the conduit. So it's getting hit here and then traveling through. And so it's kind of like a river of plasma energy running through my body. And you could be wearing a belt, you could have, metal on you, it doesn't really matter. Like a lot of other devices, you have to be careful. But it's kind of hard to describe. People have said that they have immediate vision improvement. So if you find this in clinics, 3 minutes could be a dosage of it. Like it's just very, very quick. 12 to 15 is what I prefer, but you have to have a cool down period because those will heat up tremendously because it's a lot of energy going through those. Not a lot of electricity, so this is off-grid friendly. Barely uses any electricity, but it's just high voltage. And it's running that high voltage through neon gas that's contained in these. And when neon gas is energized, like a lot of noble gases, argon, neon, used in the Edgar Cayce violet ray, which I really like, there's properties to it. So for example, argon emits UV. And UV has a whole suite of benefits that are beyond vitamin D as far as killing pathogens and such. And so neon has specific health benefits with the frequency, but also just the neon itself has very specific properties for health. People have used this for cancers over the years. People have used this for headaches, for fatigue, any kind of issue. And the way that Dan, I'm just going to turn it off in case the video or audio starts to get altered. And Dan Winter, he talks like an extraterrestrial.
The golden mean ratio is the solution to constructive wave interference, and therefore constructive compression, and therefore implosive compression. And we now know the compression of charge is how you create matter out of light.
He talks a lot about how there's a specific spin to our cells, and when the spin starts to go the opposite direction, energetically, that's where we get disease. So he's really big into fractal energy, into spin, and there's something to that. You know, obviously there's vitamins, minerals, enzymes, there's the whole biochemistry part, but obviously there's an electricity energetic component, and that's what this stuff is for. So if you ever get a chance to use the Theraphi, I use it every day. It's a very low time investment, which is why I enjoy it, 12 minutes, and it just feels like a deep recharge. Especially if I'm driving long distance, I've expended a lot of energy, if I've just been talking a lot. It's just a really great way to charge up, and there's only so many words that can explain how it feels to sit in between this. People have said they felt warmth in their head, headaches have dissipated, just felt a sense of calm and peace. Of all the energetic technologies, the Royal Rife machines that I've used, the PEMF, all the other energetic things, the scalar technology I played with, this is by far the most profound. Between this and the violet ray, these two plasma technologies are by far my favorite. The violet ray is more topical, direct application. This is more systemic. It's really hitting your organs, it's hitting every system in your body, and rebalancing the entire system. Huge fan of the Theraphi. They have this around the world if you have a chance to use it at clinics. Plasma rejuvenation, 5-minute timer. Give red light to the dome, vitamin C, Lumidate, now it's safe. All the way up from the start.